The long day at school forces me into another what feels like endless scrolling coma. I jump onto my bed, landing on my back, and then I pull out my phone with the lights down low.
Open my social media app. Did you know 36% of women, mothers, sisters, daughters, and aunts have been put through some kind and some sort of abuse, and 44% goes unreported?
And it's sad. Oh my God, that's horrible. My heart drops to my feet as I sit in silence. Swipe.
Cadbury in collaboration with Reese's Pieces Peanut Butter Cup can present them with the perfect Easter surprise this year for only $4.99 a bag. Make sure to grab some before it's too late.
Yum. The ad reminds me how hungry I am and how gym was my last period. My brain circles back to the tragic abuse video and how 80% overall women get abused so often.
Swipe. Pretty sure I just dislocated my knee. Heh, that feeling went.
Stop! I know what you're gonna say, but now that you mention it, gym did take a toll on many.
Swipe. Spanish are vanished, Korean are get eaten, the French are the trends, bring my parents back!
Swipe. I better not forget to do my streak later. And then I'm met with a medicine ad.
Are you struggling with depression? Our antidepressants are just for you. Please check with your local doctor before taking this product. Side effects may include, but are not limited to, headaches, strokes, insomnia, COVID-19, nausea, constipation, weight gain or loss, suicidal thoughts, anxiety, attention, and sudden death. Buy our product today!
That's too bad. Mindlessly scrolling, I start to realize, what is my feed becoming? Is there some hidden message?
Hours and hours on end, feeling my brain is dead.
Horrific stories concealed by routines and memes. One scroll turns to 5, like a weaver losing the seams.
As time becomes only an object, I find it's fading away, and then the doom scrolling says to me, it's okay.
The screen is bright and tears are shed. I look around to a room tinted red.
Be into beauty to baking, all lives in one app. How much can one take until you snap? You know, you should really buy.
My mind is floating away. I'm telling myself I am okay. It's all around me. How do I fix this? What is going on? Can I make it allow? Am I the problem?
Scroll.
Don't let the influencers influence you. And don't let the media control you.
The warning that they scream.
You are not just your screen.
We angels are no gods.
Being a god means the power to make decisions.
The power to move through life with
No consequences.
The power to choose.
The power to play the game without always losing. We angels are no gods.
Our halos may glow, but that does not mean we're holy.
Our feathered wings may shimmer, but that does not make us great.
We smile and we sing and we say,
Do not be afraid when we ourselves spend every night praying.
Praying to these
Gods.
who promise to prosper,
Who promise salaries and raises.
who said,
If you're complacent, you may climb the ranks.
We angels are no gods.
We are nothing but something to look at, a spectacle.
Something to behold.
Because we don't like it when our lives are on us.
When the truth bubbles to the surface, red hot and ugly.
When others call their bluffs and they have to atone for their mistakes.
As if we could make mistakes.
Our smiles are nothing but a desperate facade.
Our strings are hidden by our perfect white clothes. We will play the puppets for our puppeteers.
And you will do our bidding.
We will
Work,
we will
suffer,
we will
shed,
our blood,
Sweat.
and tears. We will slave at our forges.
tear blisters into our palms.
We will pay them our money.
To keep the electricity running.
We will labor
And we will savor every dollar we're repaid.
Even though we took a cut of it away.
because that is what they told us would send the kids to school.
Put a roof over our heads. Give the poor a chance of renewal.
Hard work.
Labor.
As if we don't already labor.
We spend countless hours in classrooms learning.
The only way to succeed is through burden.
Through secondary education because primary is never enough.
Pounding propaganda into their skulls, but it's
Never enough. Not enough to silence our voices. We anguish.
But our gunshots are louder.
We plead.
But there are still people on the streets without a home of their own.
We progress.
Yet kids are murdered for who they love.
As if the gods didn't tell us.
Love thy neighbor.
Until thy neighbor isn't quite the right shade.
Until they have the same parts below their waist.
Until they won't listen to the lies you made.
Until they don't give in to inarticulate patriotism.
Because you decided one big island is better than the rest.
We are meant to say we agree.
We angels are no gods, because even though we have wings,
We clipped them long ago.
Because even though some of us sing their songs,
some only play along, because they'll kill you if you don't, as if what they spilt wasn't the same ichor running through their veins.
what makes them more holy when we all bleed the same?
Why do they get the final say? They will write more bills,
They will fight more change.
We will do it all despite you.
because we angels are no gods.
I hate the dark because I am reliant on light.
Light.
How awful would it be to live in a world with only
Dark, negative energy.
an
inescapable shadow.
trailing every being.
Yet how equally awful would it be to live in a world with
Only light. As blindness would encircle our senses.
a balloon brimming with scalding water to the point of eruption. And there we would sprawl on the scorched pavement of the earth, exploded into chunks of sunlight.
Begging for that darkness to come back.
Maybe the darkness is scared.
Of what it's like to be in the sun.
After all, it's all it has ever known.
And too much sun
Can burn.
But the sun's kisses are rarely received with love.
The sun's beams kissed her back as she dipped her face in water's embrace.
Skin dripping with cocoa butter and divinity, cold and refreshing.
It danced against her cheek.
A walking reflection of heritage and culture, a tender touch that incites peace and tranquility,
She laughed, she smiled,
basking in its warmth,
swimming heartful, overwhelmed with
joy.
Echoes
Echoes
of laughter filled the sunlit day. The sunshine poured into her life.
ablaze and bright.
so radiant,
She thought its light would never dim.
having to be unapologetic because the world will silence your voice without hesitance,
But the sun could retreat.
its warmth fading, shadows lengthening,
Until all went dark.
If darkness is the absence of light, melanin is the absence of privilege.
As time moves
Onward.
the earth will warm once more and the sun
Will rise
Again.
again.
ablaze.
Light can always return.
I live in a birdhouse with a small circle-shaped window.
But the light does not come from the window
It comes from my heart,
As the warmth from the light wraps around me
like wings.
that spread as if to carry me with the wind.
But I do not want to leave my small home of painted wood.
Though the rain has caused some paint to chip.
The color is
Still vibrant.
And I feel safe in my birdhouse,
Safe in the light.
high above what lies below.
Even though I am scared of heights.
I'd rather stay out of the reach of change than fall.
Into the darkness.
that doesn't hold.
It slips
Through my fingers.
like vinegar separates from oil.
And the full moon becomes a new one.
But even the darkness of night can't suffocate the stars. They still remain.
And so do I in my birdhouse.
It's quiet tonight. I don't really know what to do with that. I'm in bed, but I'm not asleep. Not sure I could pass out if I tried. My legs stick together with sweat, but the blanket keeps the dark off my back, and I will not part with it. So I let them warp and fuse together. Cheap plastic left in the sun. I have my music on speaker because I left my phone in the car and I can't be bothered to get up to go get my headphones. It's that playlist again. Everyone has one, I'm sure, the one you put on to wallow because you would rather chew off your rotten arm than try and fix the injury. Some people will call it coping, accelerating the pain to get it over with quicker, but that's a blatant lie. There is no world in which a barrage of the worst bits of yourself mirrored in music will do anything but harm you. 68 songs, 4 hours and 16 minutes of flagellation. Pitiful. I voluntarily worsen my mood even knowing that I can't do anything about it, knowing that my favorite pocket knife is under one of my blankets or pillows beneath me because nothing in my room, or my life if we're being honest, has a proper place. And even so, I won't do anything because I won't sit up enough to get a good angle. Pitiful. I would feel bad if it weren't funny. Tragicomedies have long since gone out of fashion, though, since Shakespeare and his sunlight-scented storm cloud shadowed soliloquies. I am not a playwright like old William, but believe me when I say I have written in a curtain call.
That little blackout end of play Times New Roman font size 12 gets pushed down the page count a little more every time I am too much of a coward to follow the stage directions. Pitiful! The stage lights are too bright, and so are my $10 LEDs, but I can't turn them off because the remote is gone with the wind like every set of teeth that have ever sunk into my neck and dragged me back down into my stagnant bed. I overheat in here, and my eyes burn with tears like the sting of a blade on a thigh, and the man in the music is singing about two legs seemingly broken that fall open with the breeze, and I can't breathe through the beast that crouches on my chest when I'm alone because I don't know what more I can be, but I can't cry because it'll only break off another piece of me, and... It's quiet tonight. I don't really know what to do with that.